Are those orchids making all that noise? Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are so honored that you are spending Shabbat morning with us here at Temple Akiba of Culver City. Cody, look at your smile. During which Cody is becoming a bar mitzvah.
Woohoo!
We are so excited to celebrate with you, your wonderful parents, and your brother as we journey through this morning's service. As you entered, members of Cody's class at Temple Akiba, our 7th graders, should have given you a blue prayer book. Did anyone somehow get by that wonderful crew without getting a prayer book? So 7th grade, Milo, maybe can you grab a couple of extra prayer books and give it to some people who may need? Thank you both. You also should have received a Red Sox program here. A Dodgers-style program with Cody's picture on the front. We'll be referring to both of these during the course of the service. We're going to ask that you please make sure that your cell phones are in the silent mode. Don't just assume, but take a minute, look at it, make sure that it's turned off, and keep those phones away during the service. Jeff Graham is here to capture the photos for all of us so that none of us need to be encumbered by that. Kendra, do you want to talk about our music?
Cody will be leading us through most of our prayers this morning alongside the rabbi and I. And we love your participation. Cody will not just be praying for us, but we want to all pray together. So we ask for you to sing along with us, to pray along with us. Even if you don't know the words, we're going to call out the page numbers as we move through the service. But we ask for you to sing along with us. We're going to have some opportunities for some hand motions that we will teach you and guide you through. So we hope you can participate in that. And even if you don't know the words, just sing la, la, la. But we want to hear your voices in song and in prayer.
We're going to open with the singing of Hine Matov. How wonderful it is that we're all here together as a community. In our prayer books, we're on page 70, page 70.
Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
We continue now in our prayer books on page 72. And we invite Cody and his mom, Amy, his father, Rob, to come forward for the presentation of the talit. Come a little closer.
As I wrap myself in that talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav, v'tivanu k'hitatef batiti. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes.
Cody, for the very first time, as a Jewish adult, you fulfilled a mitzvah, a commandment, and that is putting on your own talit, your own prayer shawl, as a way of marking this moment. We offer a blessing called the Shehechianu. It's what we say every time we come to a first in Judaism. If we turn to page 344, page 344, we can follow along in the singing of this blessing, thanking God for giving us life and sustaining us and enabling us to be right here, right now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
We turn back in our prayer books to page 84, page 84, and we have the Nisim B'chol Yom, blessings of miracles that we can harness every day. Cody will be chanting many of these in Hebrew. Our response is to sing Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben horin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. We continue our service with the chanting of the Chatzi Kaddish on page 106. Yikatal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
ve'amad divrach yirtei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, ubizman kariv, veimeru, amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'alam Ul'amei Amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yinaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shemei Tekudisha,
Brichu.
Le'elam min kol brechata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'ama, ve'imeru. Amen.
Our formal call to worship is beginning with the Baruch Hu. It's on page 108, page 108. We invite the congregation, all who are able, to please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. We remain standing and we read together in the Hebrew on page 110. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, osei shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim, uvetuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit, ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, malah haaretz kinyanecha, titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, va'al ma'orei or she'asita, yafa'arucha sela. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkeh chulanu mehera le'oro, baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'ma'orot. The watchword of our faith, the Shema Yisrael, is on pages 114 and 115.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Melechuto, Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated, everyone. We continue with the chanting of the V'ahavta on page 116.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nefshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anohi mitzavach hayom al levavecha shenatatam levavanecha v'dibarata ba'am b'shivtacha b'veitecha u'v'lachta v'derech u'v'shobcha u'komecha u'ksartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yisharecha leman tishkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hayitem kedoshim le'elochem ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretzraim, mitzrayim liyot lechem, Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen. Beautiful. On page 121, we're going to read responsively the second half of the page in English. The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exalt in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asks God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
Our Micha Mocha prayer is on page 122.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilo osefele.
We come to the central prayers in our morning service. It's called the Amidah. Begins on page 124. We ask once again that you please rise.
Adonai sefatatita ufia gita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Eloheinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chatzedi, Havi Imahot, v'Umei Gula, Lifnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Ba'ava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen, Abraham v'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Adonai, Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav L'Oshia, Mechachel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somei Noflim Verfei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Keim, Emunato Lishanei Afar, Michamocha Ba'agivuro, Delmela, Melech Mimi, Mechaye, Matzmiya Yeshua, Ve'eneman Atali Hako, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye Hako.
Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, kashem shemakdishim lo bishmei marom, kakatuv ayad leviecha, lekara ze'el ze ve'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech haaretz, kevodo, Adir, Adirenu Adonai, Adonenu Mahadir, Shimcha b'chol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai, Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, verachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Zion, L'tov ador, Hallelujah. L'tov ador nagigod lecha, U'netzach netzachim kedushacha nakdish, V'shivchacha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
Friends, we're going to take our own moment for self-reflection and silent prayer. We can use our prayer books as a guide between pages 132 and 142, or else just take that moment to look deeply inside of your hearts. When you are finished with your own private prayer, then you may be seated. We're going to ask for the 7th graders of Temple of Kiva to leave your books where they are and to come and join on the Bema steps. Jake, why don't you join us as well? We're going to ask for all of you in the congregation to join not only the singing but the hand movements that our 7th graders will be leading us in.
Beside me and be my friend, and together we will walk in the path of Hashem. Hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, oh, oh, hey.
Thank you all very much. Have a seat. Cody, how you doing so far? Okay. Amy, how are you doing so far? Rob, okay. Cody, thank you for enabling all of us to pray so beautifully this morning. We've now come to the foot of Mount Sinai, and you are about to take an ancient document, 3,500 years old, and breathe new light into it through not only your chanting of the ancient text, but your understanding of how that text can speak to us in a modern context. And we can't wait to hear both, the ancient as well as the contemporary. In order for that to happen, we need someone very special to open the ark, and I think, Jake, that is you. So, Jake, we're going to invite you forward to open the ark. Cody, why don't you come up as well? We're on page 244. Page 244, we ask you to rise once again. I get this side also?
Wait, so, oh.
Perfect.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom av harachamim heitiv avitzoncha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim ki becha levad vatachnu melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim.
Thank you both very much. Can't do it. Come on up here.
Ki mitzion
Teitzei Torah, Ki mitzion Teitzei Torah, Udevar Adonai B'Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato. We're now going to invite forward, Cody, the generations of your family, as they are going to hand Torah down to you, Lador Vador. And so we invite forward your grandfather, Sumner Feldman, and your grandmother, Sherry Feldman, and Judy Raichlen, your grandmother, as well as your parents, Rob and Amy. Cody, you're here, of course, and Jake is here. So come on forward, everyone. There's a ramp, if that makes it easier, on my far right. And it's also an honor to come forward to lead us in prayer. Amy's niece and Cody, your cousin, Caitlin Turin, and her mom, Diane Feldman, Amy's sister, will be accompanying on piano. So, grandparents, we're going to have you stand over here. Lador Vador, generation to generation, our Torah has come down, beginning with a conversation that Moses had with God at Mount Sinai. Cody, today this Torah will be coming into your arms, that you may lovingly embrace it but then share it with the next generation as your children ascend to this incredible moment as well.
We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. L'ador vador nagid good alecha. L'ador vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'ador vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our hearts, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your way, and the words which bring us meaning, we will find the strength to say. L'ador vador nagid good alecha. L'ador vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'ador vador, these lips will praise your name.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. What a gift.
Shema Israel. Wait, where am I? You're blocking it. I didn't know.
Oh,
Let me give his prayer book.
Shema Israel. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. Adonai
Echad.
Echad Eloheinu. Gadol Adonenu. Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu le'Adonai iti oneromema shemo yachdav.
Al Shlosha Devarim.
JP's right behind us.
Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. Take the yad off, please. Torah li Torah li Torah sheli. Torah li Torah li Torah sheli. Torah, please be seated, everyone. Torah sheli. Cantor Lonnie, I don't think I've had to play Al Shlosha that fast. Our 7th graders were clapping so quickly with such ruach. I loved it. Okay, everyone, if you take your blue prayer books and place them to the side, not on the ground, but find a chair near you or in the slot in the chair in front of you, and you'll see a copy of what the cantor is holding, a chumash, in those slots. There's enough for people to share. If you're in the front row, reach behind you or make friends with someone behind you. But we can follow along with the Torah reading on page 632, beginning at verse 40. I'm sorry, chapter 40, verse 1. Again, page 632. We're going to be calling forward a number of people who will be offering blessings before and after each Torah reading in Aliyah. When you come forward, you're going to stand on my left over here, and you'll offer the blessing before and then after. And when you're finished, you'll stand over on the cantor side. Once again, we have a ramp, and we also have a handrail if people want to come up on that side, if that would be helpful to you. For our first Aliyah, we invite forward Robin Lebovitz, Jill Kalbrowski, Debbie Pav, and Michelle Sekunian. Ta'amdu, Rachel bat Berel v'Pesha, v'Yechevet bat Berel v'Pesha, v'Devora bat Berel v'Pesha, v'Miriam bat Ruchel. Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Vayedaber Adonai al Moshe le'emor bayom hahodesh harishon be'ahad lahodesh takim emishkan el hamoed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Kodesh Chen. Thank you so much. You're going to stand right over here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. For our second Aliyah, we invite forward Robert Berkovitz, Lisa Waldorf, Lisa, thank you, Lisa Waldorf, and Stacy Berkovitz. Ya'amdu Reuven ben Chaim v'Chana v'Leah bat Reuven v'Shena bat Reuven. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for the cheat sheet.
Baruch Hu Adonai Barak.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Barak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'shamta Sham et Aaron ha'edu v'shakota al ha'aron et ha'parochet.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'kayeh on the top Eloheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Mr. Koch, everyone, thank you so much. You're going to come stand over here. For our third Aliyah, we invite up once again Diane Feldman and Caitlin Turin. What beautiful music you have been offering so far. Ta'amdu, Devora bat Shlomo v'Shifra v'Batya bat Devora.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Veheveta et hashulchan varachta et erko veheveta et hamenorah ve'alata et norateha.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshua Koch, thank you so much. Yeshua Koch. For our fourth Aliyah, we invite forward Judy Raichlen and David Raichlen. Ya'amdu Yehudit v'David. Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Venatata et misbach hazahav liktoret lifnei Aaron ha'edu v'shanta emasach hepetach lamishkan.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshua Koch, Mazel Tov to you. For our fifth Aliyah, we invite forward Sumner and Sherry Feldman. Yamdu Shlomo ben David v'Basha v'Shifra bat Chaim v'Chana.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Venatata et misbach ha'olah lifnei petach mishkan el hamoed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam v'tohev notenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. For our sixth Aliyah, we now invite forward Amy and Rob Raichlen, and Jake, why don't you join your parents as well? Ya'amdu Chana bat Shlomo v'Shifra v'Baruch ben Yehudit. Hey everyone, Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Venatata et hakior ben ahamoed uven hamishpach venatata sham mayim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Baruch et
Oh, hold on. We got to officially call you, okay? This is like the big one here. Ya'amod, habachur habar mitzvah, Chaim ben Baruch v'chana. We now invite the bar mitzvah himself, Cody Raichlen, for his aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvara.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvara le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'shanta et hatzer shaviv v'natata et masach sha'ar hatzer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Wow. Friends, Cody just read from the very last chapter or the very last portion in the book of Shemot, of Exodus. And it's a tradition whenever we get to the end of any book of the Torah that we say the following words. Repeat after me. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. That means be strong, and let us strengthen one another. And you'll be able to see when we lift the Torah up, the gap between the end of Exodus and the beginning of Leviticus. That's one of the only ways in Torah that we can differentiate between sections when we get to the end of these books. There's otherwise very few other indicators as to where we are. So as we lift Torah, I'm going to ask that you please rise, and Cantor will show you where that gap that we just spoke about is.
Vezota Torah sher sa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la.
Please be seated, everyone.
La la la.
still in our Chumash, our larger commentaries. If we turn to page 638, page 638, we're going to continue with the section of the prophets, from the prophets. It's from the book of 1 Kings at this time. Cody is going to begin with the blessing before the Haftorah portion, and we are going to then go into the portion itself. It begins at chapter 8, verse 10, so roughly a third down the page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divarehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'b'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. V'hayi b'tzeit hakohanim min hakodesh v'hamnan melech et beit Adonai v'lo hakohanim la'amod l'sharet mipnei ha'anan ki malech kovod Adonai et beit Adonai az amer Shalomo Adonai amar lishkan ba'arafel beno va'ni eti bit zuful lach machon lishivta olamim Baruch.
So Cody just so beautifully chanted from the book of the prophets. As he offers the blessing after, once he finishes, we're going to shower him nicely with candy. So, couple of ground rules, folks. Couple of ground rules. When you throw the candy, throw it lovingly. When you collect the candy, stick it in your pockets because we have no eating in the sanctuary. Hold on. Repeat after me. No eating in the sanctuary.
No eating in the sanctuary.
They don't hear me. Let's try that again, everyone. Hold on. Repeat after me. No eating in the sanctuary. All right, I think they got it. Okay, Cody, go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zerko haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el hane'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber koyim shel divara emet al haTorah v'al ha'vodah al binvi'im v'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusa v'lim nuha v'chavod u'taferet al hakol Adonai Eloheinu Anoheinu modim lach u'mbarichim otach yitbarach shimcha.
Have fun.
B'piko ha'tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh ha'shabbat. Oh my God, it's so good.
All right, come clean it up, everyone. Clean it up.
That's an unfair advantage.
I was hoping I would catch some.
I'm just going to get the judge.
Watch the Torah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wait, can I go put this over there? Can I go put this?
Hey, you have a seat.
You used the baseball glove?
I was hoping I would catch some.
Good job. Good job.
Oh my God. Please do not electrocute yourself. seen these kind in ages. I'll save these ones. Whoop. All right, everyone, let's take a deep breath. I've never seen so many yarmulkes filled with candy. This is so funny. We do feel a great sense of joy, but we don't have to look very far to know that there are people in the world who are in dire need right now. And so it's precisely at this point in the service when we feel that joy that we make an emotional transition from the joy to the power of healing. We look to those in Ukraine who could use our help. We look to those just a few miles from here who are unsheltered, who could use our help. We look to people in this very sanctuary who are in need of healing, whether it's physical or emotional, spiritual or mental. We all need a little more healing in this world. If you put away the Chumash again and take out your prayer book and open it up to page 253, 253, we come to our prayer for healing right in the middle of the page. We're going to pray together as we open it. And when we get to the center, as my eyes meet yours, if there are people that you know who could use strength today, please share those names out loud so we may pray together.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
As we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark, we turn to page 256. Cody and Jake, we're going to ask you to come forward to open the Ark. We invite the congregation once again to please rise. Ki lekach tov natati lahem torati al ta'azovu. I've given you a good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah.
It is a tree of life to them
And that will pass through it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that will pass through it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom, it is a tree.
Shalom, shalom.
It's not a bush.
Shalom, shalom.
The tree of life.
Shalom, shalom.
Eitz chaim hi lemachaziki mavetomecha me'ushar. Eitz chaim hi lemachaziki mavetomecha me'ushar.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Thanks, Jake. You can sit.
Please be seated, not you. Okay, Jake, you can go to your seat.
Time for speech.
Have fun.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
My name is Cody Raichlen, and thank you for coming to my bar mitzvah.
Slow down.
Turning 13 and what becoming a bar mitzvah means to me is taking responsibilities for my actions. And also becoming a Jewish adult is about being responsible and doing the things I need to do instead of making excuses. My Torah portion is called Pikudei and is from the book of Exodus, which is the second book of Torah, and tells the story of the Jewish people who are crossing the desert after escaping Egypt. They already received the 10 Commandments, and they are learning what it means to become the Jewish people. In my portion, I learned about the building of the tabernacle, which was a temporary sanctuary that the Jews built while crossing the desert. They used the tabernacle as a temporary place to pray. Today, a temple is a place to pray, but it is not temporary and stays in the same place forever. In a normal sanctuary, I would have a bima, the books of Torah, and you would have windows and a lot of chairs. In my dream sanctuary, I would have all the normal things, except instead of chairs, you would be sitting on the most comfortable couches in the world, and there would be TVs up on the walls. That is my dream sanctuary. What it means to be Jewish to me is going to temple and studying the Torah, and to pay attention to my teachers when they are teaching me things. For example, how to read Hebrew. Being part of this community at Temple Akiba has also helped me gain many new friends. And now I'd like to share some thank yous. Thank you to Cantalani for helping me prepare for my bar mitzvah and teaching me my Torah portion. Thank you to Rabbi Shapiro for helping me write my speech. Thank you to Randy Bischoff for all your hard work in providing me a Jewish education. Thank you to the Sisterhood for giving me a Kiddush cup and Shabbat candles last night. Thank you to the men's group for giving me a Tanakh, and thank you to my family for supporting me along my journey to becoming a bar mitzvah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and thank you for coming to my bar mitzvah.
Robin.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you for attending such an important day for our family and for showing your support for Cody. I'm going to be speaking today for both Amy and I because if any of you have spoken to or seen my wife in recent weeks, you know that the likelihood of her being able to get any words out through the tears right now would be slim to none, although I have to say you have hung in there pretty well so far. But you could just ask Rabbi Shapiro about a bar mitzvah walkthrough last week and he can tell you all about the tears. Anyway, I promised Cody I would start the speech with one of my favorite dad jokes. So here it goes. Actually, I promised Cody I would absolutely not tell any of my dad jokes, but feel free to find me later if you want to hear them. I definitely have some good ones. Let me first say how proud we are of you, Cody. Many of you may not know this, but Cody is prepared for his bar mitzvah, including learning all the prayers along with his Torah and Haftorah portions, without any help from us. Since he started the process of preparing for his bar mitzvah, we've offered over and over again to help him learn the prayers, to let him practice with us, to work on his Torah portion with him, and even help him with his speech. Every single time he told us no, and that he wanted to do this on his own and that he's got this. So except for the occasional check-in with the cantor and rabbi to make sure he was on track, we've been flying blind for a year. And Cody, as hard as it was for us to back off and let you do this thing on your own, you did it. You really nailed it. Great job. What you have accomplished here today is remarkable, and we truly hope that you're as proud of yourself as we are of you. I don't know if you remember the question the rabbi asked your mom and I when we met with him as a family several weeks ago. He asked us, as you take this journey to become a Jewish adult, what's the one lesson we would want to hand down to you? Your mom's answer to that question was for you to be proud of who you are, where you came from, and to use our history as a people to make sure that you prioritize doing good in the world and being kind to people over anything else. Pretty heavy stuff. My answer to that question focused on really having resilience. Just look back at all your preparation for today. I was trying to remember all the work I put in to studying for my bar mitzvah quite a long time ago. But add to that everything you dealt with related to the stresses and obstacles of the pandemic, like starting middle school on Zoom, not seeing your friends in person for months, losing your first pet, and worrying about our family staying safe and healthy. That just makes everything you've done today even more impressive. If you continue to work as hard as you did for the past year and a half studying and practicing for today, you could accomplish anything you set your mind to, and we can't wait to watch you do it. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Rabbi Shapiro and Cantor Lonnie for all your help preparing Cody for today. We know it was a challenge for you both, going back and forth from in-person to Zoom meetings, but thank you for all your support and for reassuring us Cody was on track and keeping Amy calm. We also want to extend our sincerest appreciation to all of our family and friends who've traveled here today from all across the country to share this important moment in Cody's life. We know it was a lot for many of you to make this trip during very challenging circumstances. So we want you to know how much your efforts to get to LA mean to us all. We also want to thank our friends and family tuning in on Zoom to share this occasion with us. Your support for Cody on this day means the world to us. Cody, congratulations again. One thing, your pop-pop will be very proud of you. You're an amazing kid. We love you more than words can say, and we can't wait to see what your future holds.
Beautiful. No, you can't go down. How are you feeling? Yeah. It's really an extraordinary moment to be here with you and to see your face for the first time in a very long time, because we've all been under these masks. Cody, I've had the pleasure of being able to work with you for a long time in preparation for today. We used to gather on Tuesdays for Lego Tuesdays, and I saw you with your friends as you would build. And then you started coming in a few months ago, and we would just talk Torah, talk bar mitzvah, talk life. And I missed a lot of that in-person hanging out when the pandemic got worse again. But then it lifted, and here we are now, and you truly hit a home run today. I mean, this was just an extraordinary moment for each and every one of us. Along the way, you asked some really fascinating questions. But one of them in particular, Cody, while it may seem like a basic question, is actually one of the most profound ones that I can imagine. You simply asked, what does it mean to be a Jew? What does it mean to be a Jew? And I told you at the time I had a hard time answering that so quickly and that I wanted to think about it. But then I looked at your Hebrew name, Chaim, And the answer just came to me. Chaim, of course, means life. And everything that Judaism embraces is about how we love life. Everything that we do is about making life better. Everything we do is about deepening our opportunities in life. So important is life and the understanding and importance of life that to save a life, we can go against almost every Jewish law if we want to make sure that someone else's life is enhanced and saved. Cody, when you enter a room, your joy makes our life better. When you talk to your family and to your friends, you make us realize how important life is. Your being here today on your bar mitzvah has changed all of our lives. It wasn't easy for you to be at this point. There were struggles along the way, but you made us realize that struggles in life make us that much more proud and make the home run that much more sweet. And so today, Chaim, as you become a bar mitzvah, you are understanding more and more what it means to be a Jew. Cody, from this day forward, go out there and change people's lives. Bring your goodness, your soul, your smile, your jubilance to everyone who's out there. And just like your Torah portion says, your life will be recorded because you made a difference in the rest of us. We are so very proud of you. Cantor's going to offer you some words as well, and then we have a blessing for you.
Cody, you did it. You're here. You made it. We are so proud of you. When we first started this process, we had a conversation with your parents, and we were all saying, Cody might not be able to do everything. Cody might struggle. Cody might. Guess what? You did it all. You did everything today. You hit every mark. And yes, you struggled, but you persevered. You kept moving forward, and you kept trying and trying and trying, and you succeeded. And we are so proud of you for that, for not just the final result today, but for the journey that you took to get here. In your Torah portion, it talks about bringing gifts to create a sanctuary. And with the gift of your prayers today, of your presence, of your dedication, you created a holy space today. You created a sanctuary today, a true sanctuary. And every one of us thanks you for that. So, Mazel Tov, we are so immensely proud of you for accomplishing this incredible day.
Thank you.
Mazel tov. So, Cody, I have in my hands, this is the talit that belonged to your dad's father, Pop, right? So this goes back a few years. We're going to have your Akiba classmates come forward again to hold this over your head as Cantor and I give you this blessing. And just know that this means that your grandfather's presence is very much with us. So be really gentle. This is an old talit.
Gabby and Indy, come on
So we need
this side.
some people on this side.
Indy, go in the back. Go in the back and hold it.
Hold on,
You have to go in the back.
Yeah, okay. Come through. Hold it. You're okay. You're okay.
You don't have to hold it. You're good. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisod Adonai panav elecha Ve'asem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God's light always shine through you, Cody, and grant you the most precious life gift, the gift of shalom, of peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Mazel tov. So proud of you.
All right, everyone.
Everyone,
Group
group hug,
hug.
group hug, group hug. Surround them with love. All right. Bye, everyone. We love you. You stay here. It's our honor to now call forward once again Caitlin and Diane to offer really a blessing through song. Why don't you sit down, Cody? Yeah.
Okay, go.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you could hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you and the place you left. Hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you could hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you could hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish.
Thank Thank you so much, Caitlin and Diane. That was just extraordinary. Thank you. Friends, representing our congregation today is our Executive Director, Jeffrey Rips, who has some presentations for Cody, so we're going to invite both of you to come forward. Jeffrey, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
This is actually my first time in the sanctuary on a Shabbat morning, and it's amazing to see everybody here, and what an honor to be here on your bar mitzvah. The rabbi and I were in here the other night, and the tiles up here above the ark were orangish red, representing the Red Sox and the Angels. And I was really quite happy. And now I come in and I see that they're turning blue. The power of a bar mitzvah boy who loves the Dodgers, it's very impressive. Forgive me, but you hit a home run, you stole the show, you didn't sacrifice anything. That's my it for the baseball puns. But on behalf of the Temple Akiba Board of Directors, I want to present to you your certificate for bar mitzvah.
Thank you.
Definitely worth framing. And so mazel tov on that. And in addition to that, we also have planted a tree in Israel for you. So one of the things you can do next time you go to Israel is try to find your tree. It's a really fun thing to do. But mazel tov, you did a great job.
Thank you.
To you and your family, congratulations. It was beautiful. There you go. You guys can applaud. I didn't sing, but...
Don't go anywhere, Cody. We've got a really special tradition at Temple Akiba. We have a scroll that was designed by the renowned artist Mordechai Rosenstein. I'm going to lift it up so you can see it. It says in Hebrew, Orenu me'ir tov yoter yachad, which means our light shines brighter together. That's our temple motto. And there's beautiful designs all over the perimeter, but it's blank on the inside. And every single person who becomes bar or bat mitzvah signs this as part of our understanding of Lador Vador, generation to generation. Hold on one second, Cody. You are all set. We're going to do the other side of the pen. There we go. Right below Julia. Everyone say Mazel Tov!
Mazel tov.
Good job. Friends, we now come to our concluding prayers. If we turn to page 282, about halfway down the page, we ask you to rise once again for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated, everyone. On page 291, as we prepare for the mourner's Kaddish, I offer this reading. There are stars up above so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We now recall very special people, Cody, from your family, who continue to shine upon us from their eternal resting spaces, including Fred Raichlen, Anna Berkovitz, Hyman Berkovitz, David Feldman, Bessie Feldman, Sam Raichlen, Ethel Raichlen, Bella Kirshner, Jonka Kirshner, Isidore Raichlen, Pauline Samuels, Barry Samuels, Rosalind Gersel, Erwin Gersel, Sako Sakunian, Susan Nogradi, Peter Nogradi, Rose Diamond, George Eisler, Georgette Dutch, and Norma Borkovitz. May their memories always guide us toward goodness. We turn to page 294. We rise once again as a community to share these words. Yitkadal, v'yitkadash, shemer rabba.
Amen.
B'yalma divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. B'galau v'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach leolam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal. Shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen. Please be seated, everyone. Cody, I'm going to do something really quickly here. I'm going to turn the video on. I want you to see the people who are joining you online. Just wave at them so they can see you. Right, so this is his first sighting at those who are joining via Zoom, and it's so good to have all of you with us at this service as well. I'm going to turn that off now. There we go. Cantor, how are we closing today?
We are closing with the singing of Oseh Shalom, which is the last few lines of the prayer that we just read. We're going to invite you to put your books down, though, because we're going to need your hands. We have a lot of hand clapping through this song.
Amy, Rob, Jake, why don't you guys join us up here?
Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu.
ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. So, a couple more things, everyone. We've got one motzi that we're going to offer before we finish. I wanted to recognize another member of our staff who is here, and that's our B'nai Mitzvah coordinator, Robin Altman. So, Robin, thank you so much for all that you do to help all of us be here. We really appreciate that. When we leave the sanctuary, we're going to ask that you take the smaller blue prayer books and help us by putting them back on the shelves. Our 7th graders will help show you how to stack them. So that will be very helpful to all of us. We're going to do our motzi in a minute, but first, everyone once again say Mazel Tov to Cody! And do we have a...
Yes, we do.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So, Cody and Jake, why don't you guys lead us in the motzi over here?
We're going to take the challah out. Ready? Ha-motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices joining happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said.
Give him the prayer books when you get to the end.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ha-motzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avot.
Shabbat shalom, everyone!
Shabbat shalom.
You did it. You did it.
Hold on. Let's let.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
Folks, that's the service right there. Take your prayer books and help us by putting them on the shelves in the end.